What's up, guys? My name is Mad Squash 924. Welcome back to another episode of Kona 2 Brume Part 2, where we are finally at Hamilton's Manor. And I guess from here we have to go and explore it. Let's do that.
From the sheer size of the building, Carl could guess how much hatred Hamilton instilled within the local population, which lived in small, uncomfortable shacks.
Built in the 40s, this mansion is proportional to its owner's wealth. The estate is both an impressive achievement and embodiment of the Americans' excess that locals angrily suffer under. Several people fled this mansion in a hurry, it said. Someone was either arriving or leaving. Someone was either arriving or leaving. This place was flooded? They left the window open. And a lot of snow just came in. Locked from the other side. Could check out what's over here. Never mind, no I can't. We're forced to go this way. I'm curious if there's any animals in here. Due to, like, the window being blasted open. I don't know. Bloody handprint? I don't know what we're expected to find here in Hamilton's Manor either, though. Like, I know we came here because we were gonna seek out Hamilton, but Hamilton's deceased. So, what are we trying to do here exactly? I mean, we escaped the Wendigo in a previous episode, so theoretically, we shouldn't have to be here. Unless we're trying to seek shelter, in which case, I guess we're seeking shelter? No signal. I don't hear any growling or anything either, which is a good thing. Can't read that. It's in a different language. Blood on the counter in the kitchen. Yep. Sure does.
Added to the mayhem was violence. Carl understood that a tragedy had occurred here.
What kind of tragedy? Who's to say? Trying to save my batteries as much as I can here. Hello? Out of order. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't be, like, falling down and shit. Seems stuck between the first and second floor. Man, you're a freaking crazy guy, Carl. Missed appointments. Yeah, I'm sure. What the hell? Why does this suddenly feel like a horror game? Just walking into that room. It's weird. Only a few squares are filled?
Carl was overcome with a strange emotion. The crossword puzzle was in French, so he guessed it was the work of a Hamilton employee and not Hamilton himself. Carl was overcome with a strange emotion. The crossword puzzle was in French, so he guessed it was the work of a Hamilton employee and not Hamilton himself.
I didn't figure it was gonna do that twice. There we go. Alright, we unlocked this side, which is from over there. If we ever decide to come back out, his laundry room. The laundromat. No bullets are in this house so far. A lot of batteries. It's probably a good thing, right? Not from the other side. That's sketchy over there for some reason. bathroom. It's worth 25 cents. Weird. A barricade in the hallway? Yeah. Bullet holes in the walls. What happened here? Maybe I should be taking pictures of this stuff? Yeah, let's do that. Right? Yep. Okay. Not that we need to take pictures. Pictures just helps. I don't understand why there's so many of these things around. There's bullet holes too. Look at that. So yeah, we could be taking more pictures, but I would have to remember to do so. What the heck? There's more handprints on the wall that are bloody. Look at all the scratches. I'm gonna pull out my axe. I wish the game would actually tell me to pull out my camera instead of me guessing, frankly. Barely used television. Oh, barely used television. I can't read, apparently. Hockey card. Damn, that's some strong glass. Retrouve Maggie. Crime novel. From the best-selling author of The Ice-Hearted Man and Caribou Oedipus. Private Eye Harvey Buck thought he was done with Maggie Sullivan. She paid him his fee. He handed over shots of her husband cheating on her. But one morning, Peter Sullivan turns up in his office and asks him to find Maggie, his wife, who's been missing for several days. Detective Buck's trademark acerbic humor is on full display in this comical blood-soaked thriller. This quest, which takes him across the United States and up to Canada, will have readers shivering from both anticipation and the cold. Originally from Chicago, Henry Esther, formerly known as Henry Hamilton, had his life turned upside down when at the age of 14 he left the land of his birth with his family to settle in northern Quebec. This turning point in the writer's life confirmed his literary destiny and led him to fully embrace the language of his adopted country. He wrote his first novel, He Had No Name, during his law studies at University Laval. For Emily LeBron, who's always been there for me, even through difficult times. Okay, that leads into this room. This leads outside, presumably. He has like a shed and stuff too. Let's check out the rest of the house before we go back outside. I forgot about the radiation thing. The Wild Hunt. Hunting and Fishing Magazine. Why? Why do we have radiation in this house? What the hell's going on? It has like a little greenhouse. Hmm. Is there anything at his greenhouse? No. Let's go back this way. Into this room. Look at that. Spare part. Batteries. A bullet. More batteries. The ghost closing the door. More bullets. It's for a rifle. We have bullets for what, a pistol? What the hell's been going on in this place? Yeah. I think these are different bullets, because except for a rifle. The bumper. Maybe it's for this? I don't know. Locked from the other side. Okay. That should lead outside, which it does. Coats collections collecting dust. Coats collecting dust.
Carl could
I can't be
feel
good.
his muscles weakening, his breath wheezing, his body going numb. What was happening to him?
I don't know, but we're getting out of here. Never mind. No, we're not. There's like a weave here. What the hell is happening? There's something wrong with this place.
The floor was rocking. The walls seemed to be running from Carl's hands as he tried to steady himself. Something was not right. Carl's thoughts were twisting in his head, making him dizzy.
The visions are back. In one hallway of the mansion, the radiation detector was triggered, and I suffered a dizzy spell followed by various hallucinations. During that brief moment of delirium, I saw clearly a frightened man running from one room to another. On the path he took was a bloody handprint. It's quite real and visible on one of the doors. Oh my Lanta, the frickin' Wendigo is back, and it looks different. That Wendigo's different. Why is there a different Wendigo? Let's keep unlocking these doors. Can we unlock this door too? Yep. Good. So yeah, we couldn't even come from this side if I wanted to. But we unlocked a new shortcut. I never wanted to go that way. That's still locked from that side though, which is strange. Don's rum. A bottle of premium aged rum distilled at Distillery Saint Badu. Like from the other side as well. Some vodka, some absinthe. Some piano. That's funny. It's from the first game. What the fuck is happening? This place is massive. We need a key. Oh my Lanta.
Seeing the condition of the ceiling, Carl was startled. Nothing human could cause such devastation.
The mansion's massive library is filled with books on medicine, rare metals, and neurobiology. Hamilton was also interested in radiation. The central globe seems much more sophisticated than its geography puzzle. Oh, jeez.
Carl knew how eccentric older millionaires could be, with more money than they know how to spend it. But never could he have imagined such a sophisticated puzzle.
Not really, just line up the words, dog. And you're just making the world, so like... whatever. Yeah, that weren't hard at all.
Carl Faubert made a profession out of reconstructing a whole from seemingly incongruous parts. This reconstructed globe forced him to recognize how much more complex the mystery that was currently plaguing Manistan was in comparison.
My dearest William, I understand the pain you feel. Rachel, as she stood between us, already pressured you into this guilt. I am not blind ever since she took her own life. She appears in all of your silences. She was your wife, and to you, I am nothing. For this reason, I will accept whatever you decide regarding you and I. I just hope that you'll respond to this letter. I don't know why I'm doing this. Voice is clearly a lady that's writing this. I would simply like you to remember the first time we've met. That small cabin which had welcomed us despite how nervous we were, and which had made us feel like the whole world outside has ceased to exist. I want you to remember the perfection of our movements, their authenticity. It cannot be mistaken with that much passion. I know all about the cruelty of people use when they talk about you, when they criticize the mine and its operations or your investments into innovative scientific research. I know you do all this with the same passion you possessed that night in our cabin, a passion I know to be real, strong, and good. Don't let remorse consume you. I want you to know that I cried over Rachel's death. I also felt ashamed, but we have to move on in order to embrace happiness. Even if it is simply the guilty contentment that we left together. I will respect your decision about our future, and I understand why you are so cold towards me. I hope that all the love this letter carries will somehow bring warmth to your heart. I beg you to answer me. I will be impatiently waiting, my dear and lovely William. Yours truly, Cynthia. Has a heart. Does it lead to this door? No. Interesting. To my American friend, if I cannot get you to rest, let's at least get you to learn something new. Warm regards, Dr. Claude Beaupre. Trifluoperazine is a typical antipsychotic of the piperazine phenothiazine class. It acts primarily as a postsynaptic dopamine receptor blocker. Its properties make it suitable for treating patients who suffer from hallucinations or psychosis. Okay. EU Ichichi's wildlife is among the richest in Canada, and the territory is home to many of Quebec's iconic animals, including moose, brown bears, and beavers. They're rather shy by nature, but a keen observer hiking through the woods is sure to spot a few. This goes further in. We're back to the front of the house. Where does up here lead us, though? Come on, up you go. The hell? The bookshelf is too heavy to be lifted from here. We'll have to find another way up. Alright. The fuck room is this? I think I'm gonna go. Well, we made a mistake coming here, didn't we?
Carl was struggling to move forward. His feet could hardly find their way in front of him. He doesn't know which way he came from or the way he's going. Everything seems to be going in a circle.
A little bit.
A spiral carrying him. He doesn't know where or how.
Loading? What do you mean, loading? I want to go back in that house.
Carl suddenly feels like he's waking up, but inside the dream.
What the fuck? No, I want to go back. Well, I hope I can go back.
The cold hits him suddenly, like a bucket of freezing water. Had he completely lost it? Or was he supposed to accept the manor's strange architecture, suddenly leading him to the middle of nowhere?
Where the shit are we?
These imposing structures seem to come from the depths of time, or from the moon landing, or even from his own mind, clouded after an afternoon nap.
This isn't good. What are we supposed to do here? In fact, this is really bad. I don't want to be here at all. Excuse me? How did one... Okay, that one's where it's supposed to be, I guess.
The detective had no idea how it worked, but
Nope.
the stones seemed to slide on the rails smoothly as soon as the totem pole was rotated.
So it seems.
He did not know how or why, but Carl sensed that something in this game had been completed, and now they wanted to lead him to this cabin.
A burned pendant. We'll be back soon, we'll be back soon, we'll be back soon, we'll be back soon.
Corbo had been left all alone, abandoned to his fate. There was no longer anyone to rescue him from the torrent of hatred that swept away his heart.
Yeah, clearly. Go down. There we go. Boy, I don't trust this at all.
Felt like he was sleepwalking, pulled by a larger force towards the light that was calling him, as if it was asking to be set free. The stone that resonated in the room must have been one of the fragments HMC had been seeking. If he isolated it, Carl hoped he might come to his senses. The pulse of the stone invaded Carl's mind, and he felt a strange, dark presence take shape near him.
Did I die? Okay, because I was going to say, I was moving so slowly I couldn't retreat if I wanted to. I hope we're still going to be in this house when we wake up. What the fuck? How did we end up here? Well, we have this odd blue stone now. Where the hell am I?
Carl could make out some trophies here and there that he had seen earlier in what seemed like a dream.
Can I go back up? No. Fuck. Well, we're here now. This is really not cool. And I don't trust it. A WoW start. Constructed over the ruins of an outstanding hunting lodge which partly burned down in 1852, the William Hamilton Mansion is an architectural treasure. Its 1933 construction integrates perfectly the heritage of the palace, which is highlighted by an exceptional geographic location. Standing at the base of the Mount Iwiwat, the house represents a landmark for the region. You can perceive it up to 3 miles away, but also a powerful lookout point. Apparently, its owner William Hamilton had it built at this exact location in order to oversee the activities of his copper mine. Indeed, on bright and clear days, the businessman could easily watch over his employees at work. The fourth wonder beyond the 47th parallel. William Hamilton Mansion is worth the drive. I didn't know that's
Carl
why
had
I
an
built.
army of veteran researchers and endless coffee jars at his disposal. He could hope to sift through all these archives, but the circumstances were working against him. The secret was hidden somewhere in the middle of a messy pile of worthless memos.
I mean, we got wood. How do I drop this? No, really, how do I drop it? We clearly don't need wood at the moment. Not from the other side, excuse me? I didn't see a way forward. Vandalism. Vandalism in Henryville. March 16th of 1970. A complaint has been filed with Shibugamu Police Department concerning acts of vandalism against the Hamilton Mining Corporation. Broken windows, sabotage equipment, and thefts from company's premises in Henryville. The damage is extensive. But Le Nordique has learned that those responsible remain unidentified at this time. Earlier this month, a high-ranking employee of the company was unpleasantly surprised to discover that the front door to his home had been marked with a painted message that read, "Not your forest," while several windows in a building owned by Hamilton Mining Corporation had been smashed. Major thefts were reported from the same premises, including radio communications equipment. Late yesterday afternoon, the authorities found that the cars belonging to the mining company's executives have been vandalized. The damage has not yet been assessed, but it seems that individuals want to sabotage the vehicle's engines and damage the bodies. These acts of vandalism seem to have been committed mainly on the vehicles and properties of the mining company's executives. The company confirmed that the vandalism occurred and has since filed a complaint with the Shibugamu blah blah Police Department and strengthened the security measures and to provide to its employees in the Henryville Lake Dora sector. Chief of Police Pierre Bourassa stated that his department's priority is to ensure safety of workers and civilians' populations. People should feel secure, he said. He also reminds the public that vandalism is not a trivial act. Willfully breaking or damaging someone else's property is a criminal offense. Witnesses have yet to come forward, but the Hamilton Mining Corporation suspects the local Indian youth. The police report that several vandalism cases opened in the last few months are currently under investigation by the police and concerns the Ouija Bukamu Kris. What a mouthful. Holy shit, another force raised. Wow, there's a lot to read here. Buckle in. August 11th of 1960. Engineers from the Hamilton Mining Corporation went ahead with the plan to clear-cut a forest on land already owned by the industrial giant from Labao Road to Obelaski Regional Park over an area of 5,000 acres. After a few hours of work, the once forested area was left bare. Firefighters from the Shubakawa Babla Area Fire Protection Service was standing by all afternoon to supervise the operations and take action if necessary. Forest raising project was announced back in March. The owners had asked the Quebec government for permission to start the process as soon as the warm weather arrived in June so that the future mine could start operating in the fall. This is just a preliminary work, said Alexander O'Brien, forestry engineer for the Hamilton Mining Corporation. Clear cutting is the process of cutting a whole section of forest down to the ground and is necessary to move forward with our business plans, he explained. For environmentalists and local Cree Indian groups, this was one of the worst natural disasters the region has ever suffered. However, the director of the Lake Doraburu of Mines and the team leaders charged of territorial development at the Hamilton Mining Corporation assured the local population that the raising of his forest did not involve any risk for the community. On the contrary, the authorities and owners are proud to support this new project of the country's first mining company. The specific area affected by this intensive raising is the wooded land granted in part to the Hamilton Mining Corporation, which also owns the Manor mine. Established nearly 20 years ago, this copper mine has already brought considerable economic development to the area. It's estimated that the worker population has tripled since the Hamilton Mining Corporation's arrival. Oh my gosh, there's so much to read. Demonstration held against the mine expansion. Citizens' demonstrations against the expansion of mines in northern Quebec has been held in several cities across the country. About 50 demonstrators blocked the road from Faro to Shibagaba blah blah this weekend. Anger is mounting over the government's plan to allow the industrial giant the Hamilton Mining Corporation to expand the Manor mine. Established in 1941, the Manor copper mine has been a major contributor to the James Bay region's visibility and the mining sector's economic development. The Hamilton Mining Corporation's revenue are at an all-time high, and the mine currently employs close to 200 workers. However, several groups throughout the province are denouncing the expansion of operations in Manor and of the industry generally. Environmentalists supported by Indians in the affected regions are calling for the blocking of roads and mines to keep workers out. Among them are extremist members of the Circle for Young Naturalists. These radical elements criticize the lack of progressiveness on the part of the St. Laurent government, which stubbornly continues to deal with the mining companies that have a monopoly in the region. It should be noted that the mines in northern Quebec are vital to the Canadian economy. The federal government intends to continue to rely on its private partners to revitalize the country's post-war economy. The spokesman for the Department of Mines and Resources reminds demonstrators that we need to work hard and continue efforts in remote regions to help the economy. Demonstrations had already been organized last week. Masked men, likely Crees, attacked a prospector's office near Lake Dora, causing local outrage. Oh boy. Extra operations around Lake Dora. Once considered inhospitable and difficult to exploit, Lake Dora sector is now a key area for several exploration and exploitation. The industry's growth, including these establishments of Hamilton's Mining Corporation, resulted in unprecedented mining rush over the past 5 years. Thanks to the work of talented Canadian investors, Lake Dora has been transformed into from a swampy area resistant to change to a territory that's full of economic promise. Prospecting activities of Shua blah 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 region has attracted the attention of several mining companies, including the Hamilton's Mining Corporation. In recent months, the exploitations of Lake Dora has accelerated, raising the ire of local Indian people. The Ouija Bukukababla Indians were ordered by the provincial government to move the camp southwest of the lake, along with the roads of Val d'Or. In spite of current objections, the Indians will ultimately be satisfied with the camps, as they are located within their hunting and fishing territories. The Lake Dora expropriations will enable new housing and infrastructure constructions to accommodate a few hundred white workers from around the world. Despite the Indians' blockading of surrounding forestry roads and high volume of alcohol trafficking in the area, the director of the Region Bureau of Mines remains confident. assuring us that the increased police presence will help regulate and stabilize the situation in the coming days. Lake Door boasts a post office, bank, a hotel, and a telephone line, making it perfect for the families of prospectors, trappers, and miners over the next few years. This territory may even become as big as a mining region as Brume. The latest impactful discoveries are sure to affect its future as both an economic and tourism hotspot. Oh boy, this is a lot to read, eh? Last one. Manor mining development contested. The Manor copper mine project is drawing the ire of the region's Cree population as the French Chambers and Commerce in Canada has just approved preliminary phase of the industrial development plan. The project is owned by Hamilton Mining Corporation. The president of the Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Alfred Brume, and Minister for Mines, Mr. Edgar Godbout, expressed great confidence and pride in the fact that the initiative is being steered by entrepreneur William Hamilton, whose construction of a manor in the region had already incensed local Indians. Now, once again, several Cree groups are voicing fierce opposition to the mining project's development. Conflict broke out in Manor, where about 30 people working for the Hamilton Mining Corporation faced threats from Indians. A dozen unarmed men were behaving defiantly, even threatening violence, and paralyzed the workers until people arrived. No arrests have been made, but the police chief has already announced that he is prepared to use force to put a stop to this kind of intimidation. The Cree Band Council did not condemn these events, but rather advocated for dialogue with the government. The Band Council is asking the Minister de l'Économie du Québec to begin negotiations as soon as possible to prevent tensions from escalating. The department has not yet reacted. Despite the current disputes, working on the future copper mines is going well. Hamilton Mining Corporation hopes to begin initial construction on the mine by the end of the summer and start operating next year. That's all of it. That's a lot of dialogue. Hope you guys sat through all 7 minutes of that, or you guys skipped it. Regardless, it was definitely a lot of dialogue. Now, what the hell do we do over here? There's nothing over here? No, really, what do we do here? Shit's, in the way. What the hell are we supposed to do then? I feel like I'm kind of trapped. That's kind of not good. I must have missed something this way. Oh, nope. It was just, we continue this way and there's more. Okay. I need to find a save point is what I need to do at this point. Ammo. A valve. Oh, there's a save point. Okay. Alright, so let's go grab some wood. And I think this is actually a perfect spot for us to end today's episode of Kona to Brume. Hope you guys all enjoyed today's episode. If you guys have, make sure you guys have a like and a comment. Tell me what you think of today's episode, of course. And if you're new to my channel or have been watching me for a little while and you haven't done so, feel free to subscribe to me at Squash924. And don't forget to ring the bell to get notified on my latest videos. On the next episode, we are now in Hamilton's basement. Hopefully I can go back up at some point. That would be ideal. But I'll see you then. Bye-bye.